president was heartbroken by his ex-girlfriend. Every year on the anniversary of their breakup, he would throw wads of cash from the building. While everyone bent down to pick up the money, the woman stood there alone, tears streaming down her face. The assistant noticed the woman's unusual behavior and informed the president. However, when the president looked down, all he saw was the woman walking away with her child. The woman wiped her tears and walked forward, but she was blocked by thugs. They threatened her, saying if she didn't entertain clients, they would sell her 2 children. After saying this, they dragged her to the hotel lobby. Unexpectedly, the client was the very president she had been trying to avoid. The woman turned to leave, but the president grabbed her. He touched her face and called out her name. Hearing that they knew each other, the thug, trying to gain favor, claimed the woman was his lover. He said that if the president liked, the woman could accompany him tonight. Upon hearing this, the president immediately grabbed the woman by the neck. He mocked her, saying she was still willing to do anything for money, just like before. It turned out that the woman was the president's ex-girlfriend. Back then, the president had broken ties with his family for her. He had to deliver food to make ends meet. But shortly after, the woman claimed she had fallen in love with a wealthy man. Even though the president knelt on the ground, begging her, she still got into the rich man's car. Since then, the president had hated her. But what the president didn't know was that the rich man and the car were rented by the woman to stage a show. The woman knew that the president had a severe illness. Even if she sold everything, she couldn't gather enough for his surgery. At that time, the president's grandfather told her he could cover the cost, but only if she broke up with the president. To save the president's life, the woman had no choice but to agree. However, when she broke up with him, she was already pregnant. She couldn't bear to abort the child, so she chose to give birth on her own. Unexpectedly, their daughter inherited the president's illness at birth. Her meager salary couldn't cover the cost of treatment for her daughter. For the sake of high pay, the woman had to put on a sexy dress to entertain clients. Unexpectedly, the first client was the president. At this moment, the president dragged the woman to the table. He knew the woman was allergic to alcohol, but he still told her that he would only help if she finished all the alcohol on the table. The woman had no choice but to comply with his demand. However, not long after, the woman collapsed from discomfort. The thug, afraid the president would be angry, picked up the glass and forced the woman to drink. The president kicked the thug away. He told the woman that people like him weren't worth her effort. Seeing the woman slowly stand up, the president asked if she regretted abandoning him back then. The woman thought of her agreement with the president's grandfather. She believed the president's life was the most important, so she pretended to firmly say she had never regretted it. Her words completely disappointed the president. This time, when the thug came forward to force her to drink again, the president did not stop him. Instead, he turned his head to the side. At that moment, the president's fiancée arrived. She took the president's arm and called him husband. This left the woman in disbelief. But the next second, the president himself confirmed the engagement. The interaction between the two was very intimate. His fiancée even humiliated the woman, saying she would do anything for money. The woman never expected that her years of sacrifice would lead to such an outcome. She prepared to leave this heart-wrenching place. But just then, another woman angrily approached. As soon as she reached the woman, she slapped her across the face.